takes me back to something that Javed Akhtar once said, that आज जब मैं 5 स्टार में बैठ कर AC के अंदर स्क्रिप्ट लिखता हूँ, मैं भूला नहीं हूँ वो दिन जब मैं ट्रेन में रेलवे की पटरियों के आसपास घूमता था और छत नहीं थी और ट्रेन पे सोता था. Like, if you have that person alive in you, only then can you go ahead and do something like that. Janvi, when the moment she said that, I came across this genre called films. For a moment, I thought that she came across the genre of killer soup, of course. We also have you over there. Can we hear from you? Can you pass on the mic to the gentleman in green jacket?
Hi, my name is Aman Anand. And
hello.
About Manoj sir, I would say, and everybody would agree to this, his role in Gangs of Wasseypur.
Whoa!
And going a little back in time, also what he did with Satya was also very amazing. But of course, this audience cannot relate to it, I think. But Gangs of Wasseypur, of course.
Of course. But Aman, I have to tell you, I don't think we should underestimate them like that. I mean, we have someone who bought a killer soup over here, so I'm sure. Let's have a raise of hands and see how many of you have seen Satya. Let's be honest. Not bad. For the audience around over here, go watch Satya. You already know why you're going all crazy about Manoj Bajpayee. That's also the movie that bagged him the national award. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you are looking at me with dewy eyes, and that for me is for my guest who's going to join me on stage. I am going to go ahead and call him, but I just want all of you to know that we would love for this to be interactive. You have questions, keep them prepared, we'll take them towards the end of the session. But right now, make a lot of noise for the man in the house, Manoj Bajpayee, and our moderator, Mayank Shekhar.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the finale session of Bollywood Hangama's OTT India Fest. With me, of course, is the man of the match, the man of the moment, the family man, Manoj Bajpayee. Another round of applause, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, अभी खत्म हुआ है सीजन और आपको देख रहे हैं सामने. So obviously the opening of this conversation is going to be about Family Man. Everyone's loved it, to the best of my knowledge. Great reviews. Most watched show apparently 2025 already, what I read. It is on Amazon Prime Video. But एक बात जो है, lots of people have been talking about, and I want you to pick that up right away, is, you watch the show, मजा आता है, 7th episode पे जाते हैं, and suddenly लगता है 8th episode होना चाहिए था, ये क्या हो रहा है? So because there's a cliffhanger in episode, there's another thing where you leave an open end after the entire season. Firstly, have you seen this conversation take place around you, whether on social media or in general?
I mean, it's everywhere, and that is, in a way, I find it quite complicated.
Okay.
Yeah, because till then you are so engrossed that you find it too much of a shock, right? Too much of a letdown. But they should also understand that the story doesn't end here. It goes on. It's जैसे मैं कहता हूँ हिंदी में कि चौथे सीजन में तबाही होने वाली है. So in this season, as the season starts, the first episode, you see Shrikant Tiwari, who is internally separated from his wife, though just to show it to the children, they are not very open about it. In the same room, they are sleeping away from each other. In these 4 years, Shrikant Tiwari has slowed down not because of his profession, but because of his personal life. Because for him, in these 2 seasons that you've seen, that he always considered his family as his spine, right? As his pillar, his friend. But now that Shrikant Tiwari is completely down because of all the problems that has been happening in these 4 years within the family. And that's how I have characterized also. And then on top of that, the professional stuff starts going south. Yeah. So he is declared anti-national. He is, and now he is running with his family.
Yeah.
So the family, when in a battle, when there is family with you, you are weaponless. You feel completely unarmed. So he is not fully out there.
Right.
He is all the time thinking about the safety of his family, protecting his family. At the same time, he's trying to understand where his problem is coming from. So Shrikant Tiwari is on a back foot. But they should all, the people should also understand that Shrikant Tiwari is going to come back in his element in the fourth season.
Got it.
Right?
Got it. So obviously I'm talking about open end, and it is not open end in the sense that there is a fourth season.
There is a fourth.
But देखना wait करना पड़ेगा ना थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा.
भाई उसको बनाना पड़ता है
उसको बनाना पड़ेगा.
चैट जीपीटी में तो डाल नहीं सकते ना.
But you know, the larger point I was trying to get at, Manoj, you've been a lead actor for so many years now, and there are films you work in, there are series you work in, and उसके बाद उसकी जो conversations होती है उसके इर्द, and let's say in this case Family Man, that you know what, अरे यार वो सब कुछ ठीक था, end में मजा नहीं आया, but you are the face of the show,
Right.
so you have to be responsible for everything
That you get from the other end, much as all the praise that you get, the criticism too. Is that unfair to an actor?
I mean, I have signed up for this, right? The moment you come into this, eventually, it's all your doing. If somebody takes my picture when I'm dining out with my family, I request them not to take it, right? But I cannot complain about it. I know I cannot be frustrated about it because this is something that I have signed up for. Okay. Similarly, if the praise is something is in same proportion as criticism, I'm ready for it. But it's also my job and my responsibility to clear it up to the audience, which I have done.
In this case.
Yeah, in this case, so that people should not feel let down. They should always look forward to what's going to come.
Have there been instances in your time as an actor where you never cut out and because you can't be involved in every aspect of the film. It is a director's medium after all.
So it is a director's medium, but one or two films of mine, director was fantastic. My performance, few of the scenes where when I watch those films, they are really remarkable in my own eyes. It's very difficult for an actor like me to be really satisfied with the whole film's performance. But there are few scenes that I go back and watch it again just to see what was that was right from my side, just to remind myself. But there are many other aspects of filmmaking. It completely goes wrong, like casting other actors, or the editing, or the BGM. There are many other aspects which we may go wrong. So you cannot fully blame the director or blame the lead actor. You have to just say it was another day, and let's try and be more careful about each and every aspect of the filmmaking. Let's not be loose anywhere. Okay, that's a reminder. Sometimes we take because filmmaking is it starts with the scripting, and then director goes ahead and does the casting. Then there is shooting, there is sound, there is editing, there is post-production, so many things contributing to that one film. And anything can go wrong. This is the profession that we are in. I hate to call it a business. This is the job we are in. And some days will be glorious. Some days will be really pathetic. And we should know how to take it on the stage.
Right. The topic I've been given for this session, Manoj, is the master at work. And you're from Bihar, and Bihar mein master matlab ke teacher, master sahib, right? Have you been a teacher? And I'm guessing that you have been a teacher from a very early age when you were teaching assistant to baritone, when you were starting out. Have you consistently been doing workshops, especially for when you're in film sets where you are perhaps the most experienced actor, the others may not be as experienced, or you're working very closely with the director, so you're also looking at other people's performances. Have you been consistently a teacher over the years?
I mean, for many years I was assisting Barry. You are right, and then Barry started giving me, independent teaching job. So I used to conduct workshops, go to schools, go to all the NGOs which to work with all the juvenile homes I used to do. Then many of the professional groups I used to conduct workshops with. Since some time, whenever I'm invited, I go to National School of Drama.
You do?
Yes. Just now, very recently, I got another invitation from them. So whenever they will be, 5-7 days time, I'll be going back to National School of Drama, which I keep doing because I enjoy. I don't call teaching. I enjoy sharing all those things with the young actors, because I really feel that in the days of in the time of distraction, if I can contribute a little bit in telling them how to focus themselves, yeah, it will be a huge achievement from my side. It's something that every person who wants to make it as an actor, wants to become an actor, they should really learn how to say no to this tempting work or tempting reel making urge, and just focus on learning. Because we stop learning, I have realized this. Whatever little bit that we know or we get to know, we want to convert it into some kind of a audio visual mode, and that is a dangerous thing, because we are not giving any time to ourselves to really learn the craft, and then decide for the future. We were very lucky because there was only Doordarshan, so we didn't know anything, but I have given so much time to theatre, so much time to learning, and those days and those years actually it has shown me how to prepare myself even when I'm struggling, how not to go down mentally when there is no work. When there is no work, there is lot of work to do, right? So this is what learning does in the formative years.
I find it ironic that you applied to National School of Drama and were rejected twice, and now they constantly call you to teach the same students. I mean, that's like almost a comeback for you in its own way, isn't it? But if you were to teach the students also one lesson that you always want them to learn, besides the fact of working in the craft, but working in the craft means what? What is it that you want all actors to know? यार ये तो समझ लो कम से कम.
एक चीज तो बताना बड़ा मुश्किल है, लेकिन सबसे बड़ी चीज मैं कहता हूँ कि यार आजकल हम बच्चों को कहते हैं, I'm a father of 15-year-old, right? So we keep telling her, to not to indulge too much into digital consumption, right? But it's actually applied to all the people who want to make it as an actor, right? Because acting is not talking about it. Acting is what you're doing. Eventually, no matter how many books you read, no matter how much Manoj Bajpayee comes and tells you and listen to him, but eventually you have to do it. You have to execute all the theories into practical. So for that, you have to stay away from social media, because social media can give you information. It cannot give you knowledge. Knowledge is information plus practice, and then you get the knowledge. So usually you have to do it. Without doing it, you are reaching nowhere.
I have seen your interviews where you talk about performance, when you talk about acting, especially when you talk about fellow actors. और एक लाइन आप हमेशा बोलते हैं कि यार उसमें सुर पकड़ा. One, what do you mean by सुर पकड़ा? And I understand कि कहीं ना कहीं फिल्म भी एक म्यूजिक ही है, उसमें भी रिदम होती है. But when do you know कि सुर पकड़ा, and what do you mean by सुर पकड़ा?
जैसे जयदीप ने एक पाताल लोक 2 में मैं हमेशा उसको बोलता हूँ आजकल उसके साथ में इशवाक बैठा हुआ है there is a complete silence when he comes to know that he is gay, right?
हाँ correct
Right?
गाड़ी में भी
And there is silence, complete silence. This guy, Jaideep's character, is a completely, coming from a rural background. His exposure is less. He is in the police. He's a hardcore SR, right? And he's very uncomfortable. He's very uncomfortable, hence the silence, right? But the first sentence when he says, Sunbe, and he takes his character's name, the way he says, Sun, that where he pitched it was just right. Because it is not rude, it is not polite, it is enough, it is the inner dilemma that he was going through in this silence. That shows in the first pitch. And after that, everything else falls right. Everything